Welcome, everyone, to your December 2022 forecast. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. For a personal reading or for a coaching session, go ahead and book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Forecasts for each life path number for 2023 are up now. Be sure to check yours out if you haven't already, as we move from this 6-year into the vibration of a 7-year for 2023. Lots of interesting stuff coming up. This, of course, is a great time to order, if you haven't already, to order your personal year ahead forecast for 2023. I have those on my website available, so head on over there and get yours today. Okay, so as always, first I'm going to take a look at the universal cycle for the month of December, and then we will break it down for each individual life path number. So December 2022 is a universal 9 cycle. And I really do actually love this energy as we begin to sort of close out the year and prepare to step into a new frequency. The energy of the 9 allows us to reflect on the past year, to slow down a bit and recap. What do we feel worked for us? What do we want to maybe make adjustments to moving forward? Or now that we know what we know, would we do anything differently if given the chance? While understanding that sometimes we need to take the chance ourselves instead of waiting for it to be given. Also, is there anything that we want to sort of close out and leave behind, sort of shed as we step into the new energy of 2023? Any old belief systems, habits, grudges, and so on. This is a great time to leave those behind. This is actually a really beautiful and symbolic energy to shed that old skin, sort of like a snake, and leave it behind as we move much lighter and freer into a new chapter. So make time for self-reflection this month and honor what comes up for you without judgment, right? So if you feel strongly about something, move in that direction, follow it, right? See where it takes you. This can be a great month for getting organized and clearing out the clutter, body, mind, and spirit. And again, it's kind of like when you're going through old things, like, from your childhood or from your teen years or whatever, right? Or last year. And there's sentimental value to some of those things, right? Again, whether it's a belief, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whatever. There can be some attachment to those things, some sentimental value. And so it can be challenging to release it, to let it go. And so then we start to create clutter, right? We start to hold on to things that are no longer relevant, that don't really assist us in any way, that aren't aiding or adding to our journey. And so they just sort of take up space, body, mind, spirit, and they don't really need to be there any longer. And so those are the things that we sort of really need to take a look at and see, where can we release these things? Where can we move beyond them? And again, clear the space for something new to come in. And it can be a little challenging because we've got that, there's that nostalgia to it, that sentimental value. And so just have to find a way to honor it and release it and move forward. And this is a great time to do it during a 9 energy. This can be an incredibly active period for dreaming and imagination. So pay very close attention to your daydreams, to your night dreams, and see where they're taking you now. New plans, new ideas can come in through these dreams. And with such an extremely vivid imagination, this can be a beautifully creative period for turning those dreams into reality come 2023. Allow the ideas to germinate now. Write them down, play with them, be open to what comes in, no matter how big they are, no matter how outside the box they are. This is an energy to play with those, to follow them, to explore, to let your imagination run wild. This isn't necessarily the energy to begin implementing or to, begin creating whatever those big ideas are, but explore them. explore them. Allow your imagination to run wild, follow those dreams, write those dreams down. And, if you are telling yourself that you're not capable of doing something that you're dreaming about, deconstruct that. Why are you telling yourself that? What are the obstacles? How can you overcome those obstacles? Who do you need to reach out to who maybe has strengths in those areas that you have some limitations or some weaknesses? This is a great time to start that planning process, to explore. So use this month and the magic of this month in that way. And allow yourself to dream big, allow yourself to dream outside the box, and to start planning how you'll, achieve those big dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts this month. Where are they trying to take you? Can you explore further? Are there thoughts worth grabbing onto and doing something with? And are there thoughts that are keeping you sort of stuck, right? Because those thoughts that are keeping you stuck, right? Those thoughts that come in that are sort of holding you in one place. They're trying to show you where potentially there's some deeper work to be done, right? And so everything sort of serves a purpose, right? And so even those thoughts that were like, are more negative or again, kind of holding us back, there's something deeper there to be looked at. And so those thoughts coming in are highlighting those areas for us. So pay attention to them. You don't have to grab onto them. You don't have to, do anything with them other than, again, to kind of deconstruct them, to look at sort of the root cause of them, and sort of go from there. But pay attention to your thoughts this month, especially under a 9 energy. Your dreams, your daydreams, your thoughts, all these things can hold a lot of deeper meaning this month, more so than under other energies. So just pay attention. This month can feel sort of, like I said, very ethereal, more imagination, more ideas, more feelings floating about. Play in this lofty realm and explore, right? But also find ways to stay grounded and in your body. You need to be present to have the full experience that this 9 energy can bring this month. So your dreams and visions this month can serve as the guidepost for the future direction that you're meant to follow. But you have to stay present and grounded to sort of see them through, right? To start that process, to experience the human experience, right? With 9 energy, the channel to the unseen is wide open. So again, see what comes through for you and try to have fun with it, right? Again, take the pressure off, just kind of flow with it. By exploring something, you're not obligated to follow through with it, right? You're just seeing where it takes you and seeing if there's a connection and seeing if it feels right for you. If it doesn't, you release it. If it does, then continue to explore, right? So this is a beautiful energy for all of that. So again, give yourself the permission to dream big, to play in the world of imagination, because that's where it all begins when it comes to creation and creating the life of your dreams. And what a perfect time to be exploring as we sit at the cusp of a new year and a new energetic vibration for 2023. So this month, the energy of the 9 sort of invites us to stay present while considering changes. Okay, before we get into the individual life path numbers, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very joyous new year. All right, let's take a look at the individual life path numbers now. Life path 3. So I pulled an animal spirit message for you all for December, and you got sloth energy. And so I think this is beautiful for 3s. I know that sometimes with 3 energy, it's a very social energy. It's a very very ambitious energy, very creative energy, all those beautiful things. And so sometimes it's nice to have the reminder to slow down a little bit, to take time for yourself, to have that quiet self-reflection, the sinking into surrender and all those beautiful things. And so I do think that this is probably going to be a month for that. well, I would say balanced out with your 3 energy, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But definitely this could be a time for finding that balance, for relaxation, for rejuvenation. Because I do think December is actually going to be a pretty busy month for you all, or has the potential to be. So I think sloth energy coming in is just that reminder to make sure that you're taking time for self-reflection, for your own solitude, for the rejuvenation, whatever it is that you need. There's also this energy with sloth coming through that's asking you to make sure that you wait until the time is right to take the initiative on something, to take action. So if there's something that you've been curious as to whether the time is right, whether it's time to, well, let's put it this way. If there's something that hasn't felt like the time is right, but that you felt sort of like fear of missing out or whatever, so you were going to take action just so that you didn't miss out, I would say sloth coming through is just the reminder that if it doesn't feel like the time is right, then it's probably not. And it's okay to wait until it does feel right. Just making sure that you're not waiting because of like fear or something like that, or self-sabotaging yourself. If it just genuinely doesn't sit right with you and it feels like, it just feels off, it doesn't feel right, then wait. It's okay to wait. That's actually probably more beneficial than trying to force something, right? So with sloth coming through, there's just an emphasis on that as well. Okay, so looking at the month ahead for you all, what's interesting is, and this is why I think it's beautiful that sloth came through, because you all are working with your own energy this month. In addition to the 9 cycle that we're all moving through, you also are working with a 3 cycle in December, or throughout December. And so really this is your energy. This is sort of emphasizing the life path that you're meant to step into in this lifetime. So you can feel like things are hectic this month. You can feel like you have a lot of invitations coming in, a lot of opportunities for networking, for socializing, for just really collaborating. So there is this sort of potential for you to spread yourself too thin if you don't sort of find your balance and make sure that you're doing things in moderation, right? You could see an opportunity for a lot of travel come through. You could see your email inbox be completely full and you feel like you can't keep up, type thing. And there can be a lot of communication coming through, or you can feel like you have the need to communicate, to the point where it can almost be frustrating because other people are not reciprocating that at the same degree to which you might be, your output might be. So again, I think it's going to be important for you all to honor whatever comes in for you and step into that energy, because this is your life path energy, right? But to make sure that you're finding the healthy balance for that for you as well, because it can come in quite strongly. So, but definitely this is going to potentially be a busy month for you all. Again, you are working with that 9 energy. So there are things potentially coming to completion, but for you all, you may see things come in immediately after that, whatever closes out and whatever you clear out. You may see things fill your plate up pretty quickly. And so you need to be very decisive and discerning about what it is that you put your focus into, how you're focusing your energy, what you're saying yes to, what feels good for you creatively, what big ideas, what dreams do you want to follow, all of those things. So there is this potential for things to be almost like a lot of people want a piece of you type thing. Again, I'm just getting like this feeling of like a very social month. And so it's okay to decline some invitations, right? If you don't have time, or if it doesn't call to you, it doesn't feel good, whatever, it's okay to say no. They will get over it. And so you may see some creative projects come in for you. You might see a lot of creative projects come in for you. And again, say yes to what resonates and leave the rest. Say no to the others. It's okay. So I think that December for 3s can potentially be a hectic month. So, you've got this. This is your energy, but at the same time, especially if you're not fully stepped into your 3 energy, which most of us don't step into our life path energy until later in life, it can feel a little overwhelming. So I think it's beautiful that sloth came through just as the reminder to say it's okay to say no, it's okay to slow down, it's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to just say yes to the things you want to say yes to. So beautiful energy for December for you all, though. I do think that where everybody else may be slowing down, threes are probably going to be the pace is going to be pretty strong, pretty quick, potentially. Of course, it's a general reading, so this isn't going to be for everyone, but there is that possibility. So this is a great time, though, for you all to really start planning, to really start, again, reaching out to the people you want to collaborate with, seeing, if how responsive they are and all of those things, finding your confidence to do that and striking up those conversations. And maybe you're the one holding the party, right? And not to worry if people decline your offer, to understand that just like you, they may have a lot going on and it's not personal. So beautiful energy for December for you all. I do also want to mention, though, too, because we are in this 9 cycle collectively. So you may see creative projects closing out for you or the need to close them out. And so before you start something new, make sure that you are closing out what needs to be closed out this year, right? Like that you're meeting those deadlines, that you're really taking a close look at what creative projects have lost their luster, which just what really just isn't working anymore, and what can you sort of release or finish up, right? And move on. I think that's going to be important for threes as well before you start taking on more, right? Just kind of keep that in mind. Now we have a full moon that's occurring on the 7th or the 8th of December, depending on where you live in the world. And for you all, this is bringing in this energy of the 1 and the 11-2. And so I want to jump first to the 11-2 energy, because this is all about inspiration. This is all about big ideas and taking inspired action, saying no to the things that that takes your inspiration away, saying no to the things that you're just saying yes to out of obligation. Again, because I think this is going to be a month for you all where a lot could be coming in for you. A lot of people want a piece of you. And so it's going to be up to you to only say yes to those things that inspire you, that have some kind of, that you have some kind of connection to, right? That feels right. Now, of course, sometimes we have to do what we have to do, right? Until we can do what we want to do. And I think it was Oprah that said that. But I think this is going to be a big month, and especially around this full moon, to release the things that are draining your inspiration, right? That are just no longer calling to you, so that you can make space for what does inspire you, especially as threes. 3 is such a creative energy, that you really have to work from a place of inspiration and creativity to be able to fulfill your sort of purpose and destiny in this lifetime, right? And so the fact that this 11-2 energy is coming in around this full moon, I really do think this is a call to really close out and release those things that are draining your inspiration. And then you also have that 1 energy that you're working with, which is all about, again, sort of being assertive where you need to be assertive, taking charge, focusing your energy, being ambitious, planning, really going after what you want, what feels right for you, and creating those solutions to those bigger problems from a space of your own inspiration, right? So this is just really about your own identity and what feels right for you. And, there may be some things that are coming that you're releasing at this time, that you were showing up in a way to please others, but that doesn't feel right for you anymore. And so this can be a time at this full moon where you're releasing those things or finding a way to start that process. Now, around the 23rd, on the 23rd, we have a full moon that's occurring. And for you all, this is bringing in energy of the 8. This is really beautiful. I think that this could be a month for you all where career really takes off, where working in purpose, working from a space of inspiration, being creative. Now, it doesn't have to be all about career, right? If you're like a stay-at-home parent or something like that, this can just be where you get really creative and where your creative output has an opportunity to I don't want to say influence, but like affect other people in some way and for good, right? So again, you could be someone who, let's say that you are a stay-at-home parent and you're very active in your child's school, right? This could be a time where you come up with some big creative solution to a bigger problem that can have a really good impact on the students and on the faculty and whatever. So that's just one example. For others who this can come in a career sense, right? Where this is, again, a boost to your finances, a way to use all this inspiration and creative output to benefit you in a financial way, or to increase your resources, or to become that business-minded leader, or whatever. Some threes may find themselves starting their own business at this time, or getting ideas on how to start their own business, or a new creative project, or something like that. And with the energy of the eight energy is a very ambitious energy. It's very much going to go after what it wants. It sees it, it wants it, it's going after it, and it's going to make it happen. It's going to be the one that creates it, right? And it's going to find the resources to do that. And so with 8 energy coming in around this new moon being like new initiations, new starts, new inspirations, all those things, and taking that initiative, there could be a lot coming in around your career this month. That's really like, again, new ideas on how to make big investments, take those risks, and start something new that could potentially be very successful and bring you the sort of recognition or the accolades or the resources that you're looking for. So big emphasis this month for you threes on inspiration, big ideas, going after those big ideas, implementing whatever this is, taking action, taking risks. Maybe not this month as far as, starting that initiation and all that, because we are in a 9 cycle collectively, but this is definitely the month to get those ducks in a row, to start that process, to find ways to, as you step into 2023, to take it to the next level type thing. So honor anything that comes in for you around, again, like purpose, career, ideas, inspiration, all of those things. You are meant to follow that, while also, again, sort of creating that space for rest and rejuvenation, because I do think this is going to potentially be a busy month for you all. And so it's up to you to create the space for the rest and rejuvenation, because you're going to need it. All right, threes, I wish you all a very happy holiday season and a beautiful new year. And I will see you all in 2023. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.